Hey, welcome back. Hey, this is part two of the lower third assignment. We created and designed a lower third in layers in Photoshop. So now we're going to go into After Effects and do some animation on that. So I'm going to do new composition. We did high definition, so I'm going to keep it high definition and say okay. I'm going to do a file, save as, so I'm organized. And I got to make sure where we're at, which that's not where we want to be. Day 5. There's my project files, and I'm going to call this Photoshop lower third AE animation. And I'm going to save it. Okay, so just like we've done in the past, we're going to import this in. So I'm going to do a file, import file, and I'm going to go find that Photoshop I made earlier. So there's Bob Moss lower third PSD. So if I hit this, I don't want to keep it as footage because footage will smash all the layers together. Okay, I want to do a composition, and I'm just going to do a regular composition with this, and I'm going to say open. And I don't have any layer styles on it, but if I did layer styles, I could use that. So I'm going to say okay. And notice what it does. It gives me a composition. And it also gives me the all the elements. So if I click on this, there's my banner. There's my Bob Moss. You can't see because it's black. There's my little sign. And there's my other text layer. So with this being a composition, what I can do is just drop this in and notice all the layers are there from Photoshop. So now I can do I want you guys to animate this to have an animated lower third. So I'm going to start with my banner. And with my banner, I'll take 15 frames for it to fly in. So we're back to day one of stuff again. So there's my position. I'm going to click shift drag it off the line, click shift drag. And then I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to click shift drag and bring it all the way back in. Okay. And actually I did that wrong. So actually I want to move this here, move to 15 frames, and yeah, I was thinking backwards on that. Then I'm going to fly it back in. I don't know how fast that is. And as always, I have a heck of a time with the trackpad on this because it always shifts. Okay, so there I have it. And I don't know if I'm perfect. Yeah, that should be perfect right about there. I should make it a little bit longer so it's easier to deal with. I'm going to turn my motion blur on this. So there's my motion blur. I'm going to turn them on all the layers. And that way it's okay. Then I want my text. I'm going to have my Bob Moss kind of follow it in. No, I'm not going to have it follow it in. So then I'm going to go to my Bob Moss layer, open it up. I'm going to turn it on. And, oh, okay, I need to go back to my position. On my banner, I'm not happy with where that is. I want that banner to be about like that. So I don't know if that's going to come down on me. I don't want it to come down on me, so I'm going to do this. And notice I have extra keyframes down there. I don't want that. That's a mistake. So I want to, let's see, where am I at? I thought I had extra keyframes in there. I want to move that off the frame. and it flies on. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is, again, I'm going to zoom back out. I'm on my Bob Moss layer. I'm at 15 frames. That's where I want it to start. And then I want Bob to fly on. I got to turn Bob on. And that's where I want it to end. So if I say 30, I'm going to position my keyframe. I'm going to go back to 15, and I want that to fly in. And my motion blur's on. So again, we got my text coming in, and we have my Bob Moss coming in. And the next thing I want is the instructor to come in. And I want instructor to follow. I'm going to start it at 1. I'm going to turn instructor on. It doesn't have to travel as far, so I'm going to make that 10 frames for that one to come in. I'm going to open it up, my position. I'm going to go back to 1 second, and then I want this to come in. So there we go. So we have our first 3 things coming in. And then I want my sign to come in. And I think I'm going to have my sign slowly come in from, so I want that to come in. So I see my keyframes. I'm going to go find my sign. I'm going to rename my sign just to make it easier to work with, so I know what it is. So there's my sign layer. I'm going to go to transform, and I want it, once that hits, so at 15 frames, I think I'm going to position, scale, and maybe rotate it in. But I got to turn it on so I can see it, and I want to move my anchor point right into the middle of the sign. I'm guessing that's about the middle of it. Okay. And then I want it to, I think I'm going to scale to 0. And then I want it to, I'm going to switch these 2 keyframes. Okay. So it slowly comes in. And I want it to rotate 3 times. And we'll see how this works. And I actually wanted minus that. I think I want it to rotate the other way. So I'm going to do a -3. Okay. So we'll see that comes in. I like it. There's one thing I want to, remember we talked about alpha channels earlier. I want to take my transparency down on my banner, and I want it to be about 50%. Okay, so I can see video through it. When it comes up, I think 50 is too much. So I'm going to take it to 70. So I hold the color up a little bit more, and I'm going to save this. So now this is animated and ready to go. I have a 10-second timeline here, which is too long. So the next step, I want to end there, and then I want to do a video where we export this and take it into Premiere Pro and show you how to export with an alpha channel.